Hello world, welcome to episode 14 of Hooked on Inkblobs. It has been a while because I have been sick for quite some time. I had cold that turned into sinusitis again, so I had quite a lot of headaches and I couldn't really concentrate on anything, so I didn't want to record in a dazed state where all I could do was, oh, the pain, the pain. And I wanted to record like last weekend or maybe the day before because things started to get better and I thought, well, if it continues to get better, I can record this weekend. But then Nano had a stroke, basically. She couldn't move her left paws anymore, she couldn't get up, and she was confused and not doing so well. And today is Thursday, November 30th, so that happened on the 25th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Well, I took her to the clinic, of course, and they checked her and we got some medication and we had to wait 48 hours to see if it improved, and it did. She can sort of walk again, but she's still dragging her left paw. And over the past few days, she regained some more motion in her paw. But today is pretty much the same as yesterday, so I don't know if this is it, or maybe she'll be able to use the left paw again. I don't know. It's a little, I didn't get much sleep this week, and my voice is a little creaky, I think. I'm looking down there because she decided that she wanted to lie by my chair, but she's still a bit off. So I'm keeping my eye on her so she doesn't bite me in my feet or something. I have a hardwood floor, so it gets a little difficult for her to walk on it because it's slippery and her paw keeps on sliding away. And I just put down all my blocking mats. I'll insert a photo here so you can see. I put a strip behind the sofa because she walks in that area quite a lot. I put it around the bed, and I've ordered some more to create a more padded area all around the house, and I hope that that helps her walking around and not be so uncomfortable, because she doesn't really get annoyed, but I can tell that sometimes she walks around and she slips and then she just lies down. It's like, okay, whatever. And she hasn't given up or anything. She still wants to go outside. She likes to eat still because that's how she rolls. It's just a little tough at the moment, so I'm hoping there will be some more improvement over the next week or so. And she still seems happy, so yeah. I didn't buy a lot of yarn, actually. I don't remember. Previous episode, it was like halfway October, I had ordered some yarn which I received in the meantime, and I also received, like this one, so I can show it first, the sock club from Colorful Creativity. This is the little purple sock mini. Yeah, she wants to go into a cube, which is progress. Oh, no, she's scared too. Lie. There. Okay, so the Colorful Creativity Sock Club Mini with the new label, which I like, with the kitten. Anyway, the Colorful Creativity Sock Club. I know these things, I really do. I'm just, I didn't get a lot of sleep lately. And the sock club yarn, I don't know what to call it, but this is a beautiful, beautiful rainbow, so I do want to cast this on quickly, but I didn't want to, I wanted to show the hank like this, because it's just a beautiful, beautiful rainbow, and that is very fortunate for me. Caroline seems to like rainbows as much as I do. Or maybe she likes them more, or I like them more, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Everything she, of course, does is very colorful. That's why she probably named her company Colorful Creativity. Rainbow sock yarn. I can do this. So this is the combination. I think this will make pretty socks. I have to think if I want to make socks or something else. Well, you can never have too many hand knit socks. And there was no chocolate in the box. I deny everything. I did not eat the chocolate. It was just not there. But I did get 2 beautiful little progress keepers, stitch markers, with an oily glass bead. I think they're beautiful. They remind me a bit of the Mermaid Riveted yarn. The colorway. It looks like that. And of course the new card, which I really like. It's very pretty. Simple, pretty, recognizable. It has managed to sort of move there. I think she's okay. I'm still worried about her. Part of me not sleeping is because she sleeps next to the bed, and every sound she makes, I'm sitting upright like, oh, what's happening, what's happening? But I'll get there. I'll get there. And some other yarn I got. My desk is a mess, but I'm doing the best I can. I got this Cowgirl Blues from Diella from the Needle Addict podcast. She had a contest and she bought this yarn in South Africa, where she originally comes from. And she brought it home to Edinburgh, where she lives now. And she had this contest where you could say what you wanted to knit with this, or what you were going to knit in autumn or something like that. And I want to knit some hand warmers with this. It looks beautiful. The colors are, I mean, the turquoisey and the blues, the gray blue. Oops, sorry. And the gray. It's a combination color, I guess. Guinea fowl, seagrass, silver fox, and emerald. Yeah, I can see how that works. The names. Words, they escape me today. Diella also kindly sent me a pin with a penguin. Penguins are awesome. I really like, can you tell that it glitters? Maybe it's a bit shiny. Its little head, it has a glittery hat. It's so cute. And it's not black, it's slightly purple. I approve. And she also crocheted a little Westie. He's so cute. Or maybe she, I don't know. And I especially like this tiny detail. The tail. Westies have a short tail. And not everybody knows that. Some people think that you crop the tail or whatever it is called, but they just have a short tail. So she got that right, I think because she had a Scottish Terrier. They're very similar. Not exactly the same apparently, but similar. And she added some tea, which I shall make once I finish recording. While editing, I can do that. Yeah. Because my voice is still a bit... That's so weird because I have not been coughing, actually, at all. But my voice is not really there the whole time. Anyways, I almost forgot, so I record this later and then put it in, so the lighting might be a bit weird because it's dark now and I have shadows. Anyway, I also got, let me see if I can find something to help. Nope. I got a little pendant. It says Hufflepuff. It has a little badger on it, and I think it's just a like metal with a print on it and a epoxy layer over it. So that's a nice stitch marker or progress keeper, I guess, because hashtag puff pride, right? Totally. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I just noticed these sticker books lying here with stickers that I made. Just going to tear one out of here. Come on. Why do you have to give me such a hard time? So, I made these stickers. I still think they're kind of cute. It's been a while since I made them, but they're so funny. They make me laugh. And this is a set I made for the 4 seasons, and I also made postcards with them, which I sent. I think I sent this one to Diella, pretty sure of that, with the little snowman. Yeah, back in the day. So I bought more yarn. I ordered a bunch of Drops Flora because, let me see if I can hold the other two as well, because I wanted to use them for, well, that's not going to, how's that going to fit? Well, yeah, anyway, Drops has a sale on all alpaca yarn, 30% I think, maybe 35%, and this is a 65% wool, 35% alpaca base, and it's nice and soft. I really like how it feels, so I thought I'd buy some to do some dyeing experiments with, because I still want to dye up some nano yarn. And I've been experimenting with some. I cut up these on this, and I also had some baby alpaca silk in neutral and white. You can see the color difference. And I had a skein or a ball of onion nettle sock yarn in the neutral colorway, and I cut them all into little mini skeins, and they're, ooh, this is very bright. I got a bunch of very mini minis, and I used the colors I have to dye up little batches of each color with each yarn. So I had Drops Flora white and neutral, Drops Baby Alpaca white and neutral, baby alpaca silk, white and neutral, and the onion nettle sock yarn. Maybe I can find. This is berry blue, purplish blue, and I'm in the green. Sorry, it crinkles. Ah, look. This one's slightly easier to see, the light blue. I dyed up all the colors. I did, let me see if I can show you that. Oops. Yeah. This one, hopefully you can see, I wrapped it around tightly in the center so it would leave the original color visible. So when I unwind it, I can see the original color. So to make it easier to compare the effects of one color and the other, at the top of my head, this would be the onion nettle, and this is the Drops Flora white, and you can hopefully see the little white spots still here. I kept track of it by tying, oh no, sorry, this is a Drops Flora neutral. Where's the weight? This is, oh no, I'm confused. This is baby alpaca silk. This is the white. There is a system. See? There's one knot. And let it go. There's 2 knots. There's 3 knots. So all the same fabric has the same kind of knots. The onion nettle is always 1 knot, and this must be the baby alpaca silk. Just by touch I can feel it. It's very smooth. So this is the white. Maybe it's just the light that makes it a little bit harder to tell. Oh yeah, the difference is obvious in this. The bottom one is the neutral and the top one is the white. I hope the camera picks it up as well as I can see, but the bottom one is a bit more muted, a bit more yellowish, not really yellowish. I'm yellowish right now. That's funny. I turned on my light, which is a daylight light bulb, so I should look fairly normal. But the neutral colorway will give a slightly different color than the white, of course, but I wanted to see what the effects would be on the yarns. I'm sorry, I'm not really making a lot of sense right now. I also wanted to see what the effects would be on the gray and the beige colorway. These are both the lightest, I think the light beige and the lightest gray. It's just so soft. And well, I wanted to dye up. I turned these with my nitty nutty into a hank, and I threw it in a dye pot with, or in a pot with dye, and did the whole thing. And I wanted a muted rainbow, basically, because it's gray beige, it will be muted. That's why I chose those two as a base. And the end result is this one. I think it turned out pretty pretty well. And you can see the green. I added some yellow in it, but it pretty much faded away because I added a little too much red in there. And that was unfortunate, but I'm not disappointed with the end result of this because it just, all those colors, it just looks very colorful and gorgeous. And this is on the brown base. I don't know if I can find a spot where you can tell. Yeah, I think this bit here, the beige base, I mean, not brown. I don't know. But I love the colors. It's muted, nicely rainbow. Very proud of myself for doing this. So, you probably want to know, how does it knit up? I can show you. Because I also dyed the gray when I threw them in the pot together. And I needed a sleeping cap because my head gets cold at night. I found that my sinusitis gets better if I wear a woolen hat all the time. I took it off now because it's getting a little warm here because I turned on the space heater. But I need more woolen hats that I can wear while sleeping. Anyway, this is how it knits up. This is the top. And then we get some massive pooling going on. I didn't expect that, but I don't care. I think it looks great. This is half the hat that I want to do. I want to take the beige yarn, so this, and I will continue knitting this side into a point, and then I can fold it into this for a hat. It's I didn't really use a pattern. I just increased until I got, I think, 120 stitches. I'll put the way I increased in the project if I haven't done that already. And I based it off pictures and other patterns I saw for a Voyager cap or French night cap, I think they were called. Once I do the other part and it folds inside, you have a double layer cap, or I have a double layer cap. And I'll put this one on so hopefully you can see. You have a nice white brim. There is a pointy tip that you can fold backwards or sideways by pulling it forward so you can actually see what happens when you do that. I think it creates a little more warmth area, buffery thingy. Keeps my ears warm. I quite like it. So, especially when the other layer is on there or in there, it will be nice and warm, I guess. I test worn it yesterday to see if it will keep my hat warm, and it does. It's a double layer, even better, right? So yeah, ooh, let me show you again. It looks a bit like a gnome hat, which was exactly the point. I think you can see a little bit of the yellow in here. It's mostly green. I think maybe this is partially from the yellow and the red. As you can see, there's quite a lot of pink and red in there. In retrospect, I would have liked a little less pink, but I mean, for a first attempt to dye a muted rainbow, I think I'm not disappointed. It just looks very pretty to me. So that was good. That's a work in progress. And another work in progress that I'm working on related to the dyeing. I take the mini mini skeins, and I wrap them around a clothes peg, and I write this is Drops Flora Neutral, so the name of the yarn, basically I wrote it on there, and the colorway on the other side. It says Lux 7, whatever. And I decided to knit up all the samples into a little sampler blanket. I started this as a 20-stitch blanket, but the corners got really annoying really fast, so I decreased to 10 at that area. Looks a little wonky, but I don't care, it's just a sampler blanket because I want to see how each of the yarns and each of the colors knits up. And you can clearly see all the white spots from where I tied the yarn tightly. And this is a clear example of how different yarns give different colors, because this is the Onion Nettle Neutral, and this is the Baby Alpaca Silk White, and then this is the Flora. So you can see the difference. I don't really have a preference either way. The Baby Alpaca Silk has a bit more shine to it. I was showing you the back, I think. This is the front. It has the ridge between the colors. Anyway, the Baby Alpaca has a bit more shine. Baby Alpaca Silk has a bit more shine to it. I do like that, but I don't hate the softness, the matte of the Drops Flora. So I worked on this in October. I didn't really do anything with it this month because I was so sick the whole time, and my head, I just could not, I had trouble focusing on knitting. When I get sinusitis, the pain is very much in the front near my eyes, and it makes it hard for me to concentrate on something that might require a little more than just plain knitting. It's totally getting dark outside. Haha. What time is it? It's 4:15 and it's getting dark. It's seriously getting dark. It's a good thing I have the light, so sorry about the shadows, but I think you'll survive. Oh yeah, when I showed this blanket to my friend, she said it looked like I put a unicorn in front of a white blanket and had it vomit all over it. Explosive vomit is, I think, the word she used. So this is my unicorn barf blanket. I don't know how big it will be, but I figured I could use samples of what I've dyed up and just add to it, see how big it gets. Doesn't really need to get big. If it becomes a lap blanket, I'm fine with it. It's just for visual confirmation of what the things look like. So, and if it functions as a blanket, more joy for me. Knitted a little bit on some socks I had, the mint chocolate chip socks. I have not yet finished and knitted a bit on it. I knitted a bit on the Perfect Regia knee-high socks, but not that much. It's just all, you know, they're socks, so how much can you show if you just knit like maybe an inch on them? Not much in my opinion. But I do have, right, yeah, I knit some on the cowl cape. I do like it. I want to finish it because I'm so cold. But I don't think I knit very much on it. It's also, see, it's like, yeah, I can show you, oh look, I knit on it, but it's like 2 centimeters, and what will that show you? Not much. I did cast on a, oh, don't do that. There was a thing on Instagram where you could get your yarn wish granted, but I was a little bit late to it, and I felt overwhelmed by it. But then I noticed that there was also a get your Ravelry wish granted thing going on, so I bought a few patterns for other people, and some other people bought some patterns for me, which was really nice and very, very fun to do. So I hope to do that again next year, because it's a simple thing and it arrives in their mailbox right away, so no real trouble to me. I don't mind going to the post office, but if energy is low, then going to the post office is a big thing, and with patterns I don't have to do that. So that was easy gifting, but not, you know, not lazy gifting. Anyway, I requested the Never Not Gnoming pattern, and he's not finished yet, and he looks a little stabbed by needles, but that's because I attached his arm to his body just to show what it will look like. This is the big version. There are 3 versions in the pattern. Oops. I don't remember the name of the designer, so I'll just put it down there. And in the show notes, of course, I used Drops Charisma. This is also Drops Charisma. This is Drops Bell. The cotton linen blend. This is superwash wool. This is also Drops Bell, the nose and the hand there. My mother-in-law likes gnomes and things like that, so I figured I'd knit this up for her for Christmas, but it doesn't look very Christmassy, so she can leave it out all year round if she wants to. But he's been fun to knit. So I'm going to see if I can stuff him back into his pouch. He doesn't want to. He objects. There we go. It's a bit of a with the DPNs. I don't normally knit with DPNs, so that's always a challenge. The gnome. Oh, right. In October, right after I did my podcast, I decided that, you know what? I do have pullovers, and I wear them sometimes. This is actually a pullover. See? It's like closed. I don't know. So I figured I should knit a pullover. I went for a, oh look, it's very crumpled up. The breathing space, as most of you will know by how my brain is not working today. Vera, I am not going to try her last name. I got pretty far already. And by pretty far, I mean, which side is the front? This side is the front. By pretty far, I mean, I need sleeves, and that's it. It's all crumpled up. That's my fault for sticking it in the bag. But I hope you can see. I made a few mistakes with the increases, or rather I didn't do increases where I was supposed to do increases, but I tried it on and it fits well, slightly more fitted than it should be, but that's okay. I put the stitches on a cable so I don't have to do any picking up of stitches and keep them on waste yarn and stuff like that. But now I just have to start knitting the sleeves and then I can wear it. This is very soft for one. This is Drops Baby Alpaca Silk. And let me see if I can find one. Yes. And the green colorway, this is color 7820, and old pink, I think. This is 3250. I bought a few colors, the contrasting colors, and this one I like best. It just looked nicer combined with the green. That looks okay, right? So yeah, I need to finish it, to knit the sleeves. But it was just a bit too much of it's not complicated, but sleeves require decreases at set points, and it was hard for me to just do vanilla knitting. So stockinette knitting with decreases for an arm length, it was not happening at that moment. But that's okay, because I made a lot of progress with it before that, and I will finish it this year, I hope. Oh, I actually hope in 2 weeks or so I'll have it finished. Not this month, because today is the last day of November, and that's going to be difficult. How many hours do I have? Less than 8 hours to finish. I don't think so. Yeah. My head is so messed up that I made a note, I made a list of finished objects and work in progress, and I put the breathing space in twice as a work in progress, because once is never enough. I've worked a little bit, but not a lot, on the sock for my sister, the Heart Warrior. But not a lot, as I said. I like the little mini cable on the side. Don't know if that shows up. There we go. I like how it looks. Looks like a braid. I don't know when I'll finish those. They're not complicated, but they're lacy and not a mindless knitting project for on the sofa, because what I have been doing, and I think that's all for the works in progress that I actually made some progress on. I did finish a pair of socks. I think I didn't show these yet, but I do think I finished them in October. This is Rainbow Striplets by Kylie from Colorful Creativity. It's not a very muted rainbow, but it has that a little bit of that stone washed look, I think. I like it, so that's why I knit myself a pair of socks with it. I used a twisted rib, first time. It fits well. I like it. I like how it looks. More pronounced. And it looks a bit like it will keep its shape better. I used the Every Possible Sock pattern by Becky Lee. And I've worn these, so you can already see that I've had a little bit of matting, felting at the heel. Maybe I really should start doing the slip stitch heel thing to reinforce them. Especially with this type of yarn, because this yarn is just beautiful. I don't really mind with the Regia or the Drops sock yarn, the commercial sock yarn. But I should just do it with the Indie Diet yarn. So with this, I will do it. I have more socks because, right, I almost forgot. Oops. somewhere in the past few weeks, I also visited my rheumatologist, and it turns out that not only I have rheumatoid arthritis, which I knew for quite some time, but I also have fibromyalgia. So, yay me. I was annoyed by that. Not annoyed by the diagnosis, because getting a proper diagnosis means you can get proper treatment, in my opinion. But just that the pains that I was having, it's not going away. It's here to stay. That's annoying. I don't need yet another thing that doesn't go away. So I didn't really feel like much knitting after that, because I already felt sick, and then that came on top of it, and I was just frustrated. So I stress knitted a pair of socks. So what else are you supposed to do? This is a basic ribbed sock from the parrot colorway that my sister bought me for my birthday. Roger. I linked it in the project page. It's also the Every Possible Sock by Becky Lee, but then with a basic basic rib of knit 3 purl 1, which I did all the way to the top. Oh, and small difference, I did a little bit of garter stitch at the top here and not there, because I used 56 stitches on both socks, but this one I knit with the Adi Sock Wonder, which is 10 inches, and this one I knit with the Adi sock needle, 8 inches sock needle. This one is slightly smaller than this one. Interesting difference. So they're both 2.5 millimeters, but one is still bigger than the other. Just because I used a different length of sock needle. It doesn't really, I don't really notice once I have them on for a while. I notice it when I put them on. Though this one is a bit tighter than this one, but I think I only notice because I have them on both on at the same time. I don't think I would notice it that much if it was a different pair of socks. But you know me, I can never have two of the same socks. That's just not how I roll. Anyway, then nano header struck, and I didn't know what to do with myself, which happens. So I knitted more socks, and I am going to put them on the sock blockers here. Boom, boom, boom. Look, again, two non-matchy socks. I'm not entirely sure what... Oh, no, I remember. This is 56 stitches on a 2.5 8-inch needle. This is 52 stitches on the same needle. The exact same needle. This one is slightly tighter and actually more comfortable. The socks I've knitted so far have had either 48, 56 or 60 stitches, and I never tried 52. I sort of did it by accident, and then I just went with it because I just wanted to knit a sock and I wanted to finish it, and I did. So I figured if it doesn't matter for this pair that they're slightly different sized, I have some ends to take care of, then I'm not going to care about these two. Sorry, my voice is giving up, I think. I do like the 52 stitches version a lot, so maybe I'm going to try and do that. some more. What I did do as a special special effect, I hope you can see that. I did a slip one, knit one at the color change. I thought that looked interesting. It's a simple but, you know, cute way. Not that complicated. And I finished those last night, so I haven't washed them or blocked them really, or worn them, but that's okay. I don't think I have another finished object. Everything is chaotic right now. Yeah, so I think that was it for finished objects. I am not entirely sure when I will record again, but I do hope to record another episode in December. Like maybe around the 15th or so, somewhere between the 15th and the 22nd. I think I can do that, depending on the other plans. And I'll have to see how Nana was doing, because she got me worried. Crazy little thing. I am looking forward to finishing the hat, and I also, I'm pretty sure I showed that last time. I have the onion nettle sock yarn skein, which I want to use to also make the same or similar kind of hat, so I can wear one during the day and the other one during the night. I don't know. Yeah, so I hope everyone is doing better than I am, and happy belated Thanksgiving for everyone in the US, and well, everyone in Canada too, but I'm really late for Canada. Sorry, Canada. Didn't mean to. And see you soon. Happy knitting. Bye bye.